Hi, I'm Ken Lammers. Welcome to Minor League Matters. And this week we are going through and evaluating or comparing the various logos of teams in minor league hockey leagues. We've done the FHL, we've done the SPHL, and now we're going into the bigger affiliated leagues, the leagues that are actually affiliated with the NHL. And these are larger leagues with that are more national in scope, and therefore I'm not going to cover every last bit of all these logos. I'll probably just talk about, I've got them broken into groups of 10, and I'll talk about, which are the ones that are the highlights of that 10, and then move on from there. And so, with that, let's get cracking. Okay, so here's our first group of logos, and I gotta admit, out of this group, there's really not a whole lot that I'm thrilled with. The Utah Grizzlies, a grizzly running at you with a hockey stick. Wow. The Everblades are not really a good logo. The Comets, kind of a good logo, but just color scheme, I just don't like it. The Oilers, the Quad City Zombie Mallards, I don't know why they do the zombie thing, zombie eyes. And then there's the Railers have it's just too cluttered. It really just is. Stingrays, hard to distinguish what that is unless somebody tells you what it is, really. I do like the solar bears kind of concept. That's just somebody who's having fun. It's not a great logo, but it's a fun logo. I will say that's probably my number 2 on this page. The Monarchs could be a pretty good logo, except that that's terrible color. So what you end up with in the end is here in the middle, the R, Rapid City Racers, I believe that is. I think that's probably the best one out of this 10. So let's move on to the next. Now this one's more difficult because there are a number of them on here that are good logos. We started here in the top right. The Cincinnati Cyclones. It's a good logo, C versus Cyclones. Surprisingly, the Cyclones are not an affiliate of the Hurricanes in North Carolina. I don't know, they're very similar in logos and all that, mascot, all that. But Cyclones are on their own, a different, affiliated with a different team. But that's a good, solid logo. The Norfolk Admirals down here at the bottom, that's a good, solid logo. It sits, it's something that when you put on the front of your jersey, everybody's going to know what it is. It's solid to the point that I will admit that because it's a Virginia team, I looked to buy one of their jerseys. I got online and it had a really cool jersey. It almost looks like an Admiral's uniform, which is what it's supposed to do. But I flinched at $150 for an ECHL jersey. $100 is hard, but I'll sometimes put up the 100. 120 I've done once, and that was because it was a Virginia jersey. But I don't plan on doing that again anytime soon. 150, it's just too much, guys. But it's a good logo. I like it. The Wheeling Nailers, good solid logo. I bought the hat, so I actually have a hat from Wheeling when I went and watched them play. Fought my way through all the sort of snow and that to get there. Well, that was a fun trip. I also have, I have a jersey from Cincinnati Cyclones, although it's a sublimated jersey. It's not a sewn on, patches jersey and all that. I wish more teams would do the sublimated jerseys so that, it's better fan service. If you're selling a sublimated jersey for 35 or 40 bucks that your fan can wear to the matches all the time, yeah, sure, you keep the expensive jerseys too, because some of us are stupid enough to buy the expensive jerseys. But if you got the sublimated, really cool jerseys, you can get a bunch of different types. Your fans can buy them. It's great. As you go on here, the Gladiators, who are now the Atlanta Gladiators, they were the Gwinnett Gladiators, but once the NHL gave up on Atlanta, Gwinnett again becomes part of Atlanta, I guess, for them. And it's a cool drawing, but it doesn't make for the greatest logo. The Thunder. For the longest time, I just kept looking at this going, what's the C stand for? What does the C stand for? It's not a good logo. It's confusing. You have to sit and figure it out for a while. Yes, I get that that's supposed to be, it's either lightning bolt or the wind behind the hammer as it goes forward. Then you get the Indy Fuel. It's just too simple. It's not, I am mainly a fan of simple logos. The Indy Fuel just doesn't get there. I mean, it feels a little bit like some kid drew it, right? And same thing for the Kansas City Mavericks. That's got a lot of potential if you had somebody do a professional level, really good drawing on it. But the way it's drawn, it kind of feels like somebody's, high school kid did it for them, right? And that leaves us with the Allen Americans. Good, solid, strong logo. The star, kind of the red, I guess that's navy blue behind it, red, white, and blue. I think that's a solid logo. And I think looking at this, it's tight here, folks, between the Cyclones, the Admirals, the Nailers. Although I think the Nailers kind of fall off behind those. And the Allen Americans, but I think off this page, I'm going to take the Allen Americans. So let's look at the third 10. This one has the Royals, the Maine Mariners, the Hampton Beast. Those are all pretty good. I like the Beast for when you get this generic kind of Beast werewolf thing. That may be one of the better drawings. The color scheme is just not great though. The doggone Royals. That's a fairly good logo. Terrible color scheme. That weird purple with black doesn't work. The Iceman, some guy just skating along looking mad. Yeah. The Wings, not so great. The Thunder, another Viking carrying a hockey stick, although done better than we've seen previously. Colorado Eagles, there's some history there and reason that Colorado would have Eagles, and it's a good solid logo, but it's just not terribly inspiring and all that. The Idaho Steelheads, fish logos rarely work all that well. Stripers may be the best one that I've seen in a while, the one that are in Gwinnett baseball. This is, it's not terrible. It wouldn't keep me from going to games, but I'm not a fan of it. You've got the walleyes down here from Toledo. That is probably one of the better, if not the best, cartoon character logos that I've seen. It's pretty well drawn, but it's just kind of goofy, and people make fun of it. But I think if you're going to go with the cartoon ones, that's probably the best I've seen in a while. But I think that on this page here, we've got the Maine Mariners with the trident, and that strikes me as being the best out of this group of them. So that leaves us with this. Here are the best, racers, Americans, Mariners. I looked through this, and I'm really just not a fan of the letter logo, because the letter logo could mean anything. I always get confused with them too. Even after I look them up, I get confused with them. You know, is that from Rochester? Is it from Reading? Is it from, you know, who knows where else, right? It's just it could be any kind of thing having to do with an R. It's not a bad logo, and you know, it'll look pretty good on the jersey, but it just doesn't quite cut it. That leaves us with the other two, and these two are tight as far as I'm concerned. It's a really close call here. The Maine Mariners have a good logo, solid. I like that trident a lot. And the Allen Americans have that, you know, red, white, and blue thing going here, and it's solid. And you know, I like it a lot too. Both of I think, but when I look at them, the Allen Americans, I think, are going to work better on a jersey, right? Because you've got the shield and the star and all that, and it's up and down. Whereas the Maine Mariners are left to right, and I think that's just not going to work as well on a jersey or a hat, you know, because it goes sideways, and that doesn't seem to work as well, or I don't see it working as well. So I'm going to call it as the Allen Americans are the best logo in the ECHL, and that's where I stand, folks. If you have any comments, feel free to put them down below. You're welcome to tell me how wrong I am and all this. If you like this, obviously, hit the like button. If you like what you're seeing around here generally, ignore the couple where I tried to live stream that didn't work out. But if you like what you're seeing around here generally, you know, subscribe. Always glad to have more people subscribe to the channel. And remember the most important thing of all, go watch some minor league sports. Have a good day, folks. I'll see you tomorrow.